We have a shock update to the Rebel Wilson memoir drama. Rebel Wilson's memoir will be released in Australia and the UK Wednesday, 8th of May. There's a twist. They've completely taken out the chapter that talks all about the drama with Rebel Wilson and Sacha Baron Cohen on the set of the movie Grimsby. This is a bit of a shock because in the US, they have released the book and it's got the chapter in, but obviously defamation laws are different in countries. The UK and Australia, Harper doesn't want to get sued and they have completely redacted that bit about Sacha. And this is what Harper have had to say. For legal reasons, we have redacted one chapter in the Australian New Zealand edition and included an explanatory note accordingly. The chapter is a very small part of a much bigger story, and we're excited for readers to know Rebel's story when the book is released on Wednesday, 8th of May. I think this is a bit of a blow for Rebel because this obviously has been a big marketing push, the drama between the two of them. So this is definitely a win in Sacha's mind. This is what Cohen had to say about the UK edition, redacting also that part in the book. HarperCollins did not fact-check this chapter in the book prior to publication and took the sensible but terribly belated step of deleting Rebel Wilson's defamatory claims once presented with evidence they were false. Printing falsehoods is against the law in the UK and Australia. This is not a peculiarity, as Miss Wilson said, but a legal principle that has existed for many hundreds of years. This is a clear victory for Sacha Baron Cohen and confirms what we said from the beginning, that this is demonstrably false and a shameful and failed effort to sell books. Does this make a difference? I mean, well, the whole chapter has been published in the US version. So if Aussie and UK fans really, really wanted to read that excerpt, they could. I feel like you can literally buy the US version on Amazon. I actually didn't expect this to happen. I thought it would be all okay. But obviously the Australian UK HarperCollins publisher, it's a different publisher to what published in the US. So they didn't want to take any chances and didn't want to get sued.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I think in hindsight, I can see them doing this, especially, it being delayed, things happening behind the scenes. But I also agree with the internet and everything. It's going to be so easy to find that chapter. I wouldn't be surprised if people in the US take photos of it and put it online so that people who don't have it in their copies can read it. Because of all the marketing is already out there, people know or kind of already what's in that chapter, what Rebel discusses.
There's going to be lines in it, black lines in it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've definitely never seen that happen in different countries. I've seen names being changed or little bits being changed, but things completely redacted and blacked out. It's definitely something I've never seen before.
I wonder if this is going to affect the book sales in Australia and the UK though, because if, somebody like us buys it off Amazon, the US version, HarperCollins doesn't get that money. That money goes to the US publisher.
Put some other kind of marketing ploy into play so that people are more buy the Australian version.
Well, she's cancelled book tours in Australia and they haven't been rescheduled. I mean, it's crazy how much Sacha Baron Cohen really cared about what Rebel Wilson had to say. I think it's funny just because of his character and all the crazy things he's done in his career. I don't think this would have been a massive dent in his career or defamed him enough to really affect his career. Rebel Wilson's not that big. And there's a lot of people who don't give a shit about what she says. So tell us, what do you think about these new updates? If you are in Australia or the UK, will you be thinking about buying the US version instead to be able to get that chapter of the book? My name is Michelle.
I'm Samantha.
And this is Book Clubbers, keeping you updated on the latest books, book news, adaptations, topics, and drama.